Hello folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. Despite the humorous nature of the thumbnail and the teasing that's going to be delivered to Martin Bakole, there is actually an interesting and underlying thing that I've been thinking about. But I've done a few videos about Martin Bakole. I did a couple after his loss to Parker, and I did, I guess, a couple since his loss to Efe Ajagba. His draw with Efe Ajagba. Freudian slip. I do apologize. It seems to be the case that, as his coach Billy Nelson said, Martin Bakole is too fat, it's too heavy. And Billy Nelson said that, when Billy Nelson was going down to Wales and Martin Bakole was going over to Saudi to acclimate for his fight with Efe Ajagba, the weight was mostly under control. I think he was talking about 20 stone, 6 pounds, so 286 pounds, which would have been as close as it doesn't matter to what he fought or weighed in when he fought against Big Baby Anderson. Jared Anderson, not Big Baby Miller. Jared, the real Big Baby Anderson. And I was wondering, has the success, financial success, that Martin Bakole came into when he fought Parker, has that really exacerbated an issue that he had in the first place, which is essentially overeating? We can be all nice about it and we can make all sorts of excuses, but it does appear to be the case now from what we've seen with our own eyes, what we've read with, we can see the numbers that are reported on weigh-ins, and now what we've heard from Billy Nelson, that Martin Bakole does have an eating problem. And I was wondering if that combination of financial success, because I don't know what he got paid against Parker, but it's been reported to us by Billy Nelson as life-changing money. So I don't know what that is in terms of dollars. There's all sorts of numbers being bandied about. But I was thinking, well, the man has a predilection for eating. He likes to eat, clearly. Some of my subscribers have suggested that maybe a cultural issue as well, where in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, he likes being a very big man, that people respect that. It's not a culture that sort of eulogizes the thin, lean look. It's a culture that very much respects the heavy man, symbol of wealth, etc., which used to be the case in Western societies many years ago. The two things together, the financial security that he's gotten paid now, which means that he doesn't really have to worry about, where his next meal's coming from. Yikes, I didn't mean that one. And the fact that he's probably got some sort of maybe eating disorder, possibly a psychological disorder, or maybe a link to his cultural beliefs. Have we seen the end of Martin Bakole? Is it going to be possible for Billy Nelson and a nutritionist and a strength and conditioning coach to work with Martin Bakole to get him to lose 40 pounds or something like that, and to keep it off and to become a real athlete again? I say 40 pounds, that would bring him to roughly 260. Now, I would be fine if he's in the ring at 280 almost, but 260 probably should be his goal. I know people say, oh, that's ridiculous, he's a naturally big man. You know how big 260 is? 260 is very big. And Martin Bakole is not 6'6". He's more like 6'4". So he's very big at 260. 260, fit, with musculature, that is a ferocious beast of a man. But have we reached the point where that's not going to happen? We've got his age, which he might be a few years older than than he's being reported as. Obvious there's love of food. I mean, he's not a drinker or anything like that. He's just likes eating. And now he's wealthy. You know, it's maybe for him, having a few $1 million is more than enough. I noticed he was attired from head to tail in Gucci stuff at the press conference. Good on him. You know, not everybody wants to make the $100 million or whatever that Fury and AJ and whatnot. Maybe for him, he's really embodied the Marvin Hagler silk pajamas thing. Extra large size, no doubt. What do you think? Do you think it's possible to bring Martin Bakole back? Or do you think he's now essentially done? The other question that comes to my mind is, was he always overrated? I mean, he wanted to quit against Michael Hunter, and he got beat by Michael Hunter. Now, fair enough, shoulder injury and all that, but before the shoulder was really injured, he was kind of wanting to quit on his stool, wasn't he? He had a very good demonstration against Carlos Takam, but I think Carlos Takam was a couple of years behind me in school. And his best win is against Jared Anderson, who fought the wrong fight, right? So have we actually all sort of drank the Billy Nelson Kool-Aid, or the Billy Nelson Iron Brew, and sort of bought into Martin Bakole based on the fact that he is claiming to have beaten all the top guys in the sparring gyms, including, I think, Usyk. Now, you know, we've always said we shouldn't put too much weight on sparring stories. I mean, a top boxer will bring in a sparring person to work on certain things. So, but I don't know. What do you think? Is Martin Bakole done? Can Martin Bakole be brought back? Can Martin Bakole get the weight gain under control? Should Martin Bakole take up competitive eating? I believe he would be the king of competitive eating, for what it's worth, and you heard it on this channel first. Or are we all making too much out of Big Martin's predilection for the picnic basket, and that we should just give him another couple of chances? Let me know in the comment section below. Talk to you later. Oh, please like, share, subscribe. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Bye-bye.